Long of the Washington Post. Heather, welcome back to the NewsHour, and thanks for being with us. We know recessions usually hit the most vulnerable among us the hardest. When you look back over the last 7 months, big picture, what does your analysis show about who is being hit hardest right now?
So we're basically half recovered, and that's good to see some jobs coming back. But what's really different about this crisis is, of course, the coronavirus, and it has so deeply impacted low-wage workers. We can all see it as we drive around our communities. Restaurants still operating at half capacity, a lot of stores still closed, bars still closed. And what we found as we really dug into the numbers is how deeply unequal this is. Low-wage workers are basically in a depression-like state. They've been hit 8 times harder than high-wage workers. Basically, the recession is over for people at the top, while the working class is still in a depression. And if you look at it by race, for instance, Black men and women, their jobs have come back about 34% compared to whites, who are 60% back, or Americans with college degrees, who are 55% back, versus those who don't have college degrees, who are more likely to be in those service jobs, are only about 40% back. So it's deep disparities right now.
Heather, your analysis found a massive discrepancy when you look at age groups as well. Take a look at this graphic here. This shows all the different employment by age group. Those top lines are Americans aged 25 and older, but that bottom line there is young Americans. That's Americans between the ages of 20 and 24. How hard were they hit?
Extremely hard. You can see it in the graph. Those people who are trying to get those jobs, often in restaurants and hotels, just get their toehold into the labor market. And those jobs were just completely blown away in the spring and have been slow to come back. The other group that's really been a big discrepancy is moms versus dads. With schools and daycares closed and all these virtual classes, the burden is falling on mothers. Mothers of school-aged children are only about 45% of jobs recovered, versus dads of kids in school are 70% recovered. Massive difference there. And in September, we saw a huge dropout. Over 800,000 women just quit their jobs entirely and left the labor force. And that's a very alarming sign.
Heather, in just a few seconds we have left, we cannot stress enough just how much the disparity of this recession is apparent when you look across income levels, especially compared to recessions of past years. When you look at the recessions of 1990, 2001, and 2008, this current recession has a massive disparity. The top line you see on the graph there, the highest earning quarter of Americans. The bottom line there, the lowest earning Americans. What does recovery look like for them?
I'm extremely worried about it, particularly if Congress and the White House do not pass more aid soon. You just heard those vignettes. I hear it too. People are eating ramen noodles. They're having to decide between buying prescription drugs or paying rent. And I think of Natasha Smith, a woman I talked to in Louisiana who lost her job at a casino. I said, "What are you eating for dinner tonight?" She opened her refrigerator and she said, "I've only got 2 things here, 1 packet of wings and 1 packet of thighs, and we don't have anything else."
Devastating stories from across America. That is Heather Long of the Washington Post joining us tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.